Somehow, many people think you just throw a magic blanket up in the air and it falls down in the shape that you want. It doesn't work like that. You have to have something to copy from. So, you use your hands and things you find laying around and you make your own shapes. That's foam. Those are blocks of foam. You shape those into different sizes after you glue them together, and you sand them down and you get your shape, and you lay glass over them. And you know, you keep working it and you got a shape. Or you can use plaster mixed with vermiculite that you could buy at Lowe's in the garden department. It makes a real nice sandable surface if you mix vermiculite in with plaster. But again, you use foam, blocks of foam, sheets of foam, lay them on top of each other, glue them together, and I'll show you how to do that in a video or two. Sometimes we go to Walmart, we go to Lowe's, we go everywhere, and we see things. When you're into fiberglass, you just learn to see things and angles that you need. This is a bucket you use to mix mortar in. It's a little dusty and dirty from sitting in here, but as you can clearly see, it's a mortar pan. I actually used this area here. I laid some fiberglass in here, let it cure, and I used it to get the side angles on this piece I'm working on now. Use it to get this edge. See that perfect round edge? Those edges came out of this pan. There's a lot of things you can do with pieces of this and that you find laying around in the trash or at Walmart or Lowe's, Home Depot, etc. I'm actually going to be making some parts off of this. I'm going to gel coat this area and make a Naca duct, and I'll probably make a scoop out of that side. We'll see how it comes out. You can pretty much see the shape I see. Can you see that? And there's the same thing but reverse. If you make a mold of both, you always have the shape you want. And there's a slower one right there on the side. There's a nice edge you can use. There's edges down there in the bottom that you can use. There's 100 different projects I could use this on. This edge here, I can use that. I could use that. You know, a lot of things. Or you can pull fleece. You can take pieces of material, stretch them over wood or whatever to get the nice shape that you need. Then you lay glass on it, you fiberglass it, sand it. A lot of work there, but we'll show you how to do that too. Today I have to gel coat a few Naca ducts, make these scoops, and work on the Bonneville scoop here. This is going on a 200+ mile an hour MG powered race car. We'll see how that comes out. It actually resembles the Mad Max scoop, if you ever saw the movie Mad Max, with my twist on it. So it makes it mine. I'm not copying it. Otherwise I would use a Mad Max scoop and copy it. This is different size, length, height, width. Okay. As you can see, I gel coated on the inside, and I did one on the outside. It gives me a smooth finish on one of them on the inside and a smooth finish on the outside. Alright, I just laid up the outside. Just want to see how they look. If they look good, I'll go ahead and make molds out of them so I can have them forever. I can return this storage container to my grandson to put his toys in. I have to lay that one up next. My grandson uses this for his Hot Wheels. So, I'm doing the outside to have a smooth inner. I'm doing the inside to have a smooth outer. Little undercut underneath there. You can cut that end out. You can use it for a vent on the side of a car or a bike, or you can use it for a scoop. Reverse it the other way. This is how you get your shapes. Either make them or find something that's the way you want. Use foam, plaster, Find something that you can already use. I was saying you can make shapes out of anything, you know. You'll be making a custom car body here pretty soon to put on an S10 chassis that I have. Make something real wild. Maybe I'll make a bubble top car or something strange. Who knows? I'll make something. But if you want a fiberglass, don't take shortcuts, man, and don't be in a hurry. If you're in a hurry, that's when the screw-ups start. You find the answers you're looking for there, Tom, on the mud hogger. I know my Hutchinson was way too aggressive, gear-driven, way too aggressive for me. Every time I slung mud, I like to take my mud down slow anyway. I used to use a file most of the time. That way I always kept it at one pace coming down, but I never laid my mud on thick to start with. Some, long-time body men just, they sling that mud like it's nothing and just have no qualms about grinding it down. Body filler is gel coat. Very, very thick gel coat. A lot of people don't realize that, but it is. I've had body guys say, I don't like messing with fiberglass. I hate sanding gel coat. I have no problem with body filler though. Yeah, well, it's the same thing. I just usually keep my mouth shut. Because there's always somebody with a different opinion. So don't let it get to you and don't let it bother you. So do what's comfortable for you, man. That's all I can say. Do what's comfortable for you. I'd like to welcome Mr. Barry Weiss from the TV show Storage Wars. He's now a fan. He's an old friend, but he's now a fan. He didn't know I had a YouTube channel. He's a custom car guy. I didn't ask him, but I actually believe he has something to do with the show. I don't know if he's a producer or somebody in his family is a producer. Barry's not hurting for money. I don't know why he does a show. I guess he just decided it's time for him to be famous, I guess. But he's a fan. That's pretty cool. Now I got Bruce Jenner and him. Two famous people that you guys know. There's a few others, but I don't know if they're as well known. I've had some requests for daily videos. Some of you guys want me to do videos every day, one a day. Kind of like Tommy Shoe does, or VW Darren, or like Pete used to do down there at Southwest Rods and Customs. I don't know if I could have enough content for you guys, because there's some days I don't do this at all. If like my back hurts, I'm laying down. Or doctor visits, running back and forth to Baltimore from here up in Pennsylvania. I have family down in Baltimore. I don't know if I could do it, but I could try. I think my daily life would be boring, gentlemen. To those of you who are asking, it may be boring. I don't know, we'll see. Best I can tell you. I don't know if I could have a camera shoved in my face every day. I'm a tough guy 3 days a week. I'll kick your ass. The other 3 days I'm going to run from you. My tough guy days are gone. I had a couple punks send me some nasty comments. I just remove them. I report them and then remove them. And they don't come back. And if they do come back, they come back as somebody else. So there's a tip for you. People leaving nasty comments, don't respond. Just ignore it. We all know the truth. Our YouTube garage partners, we all know the truth. You know? I've watched VW Darren do his deal. I've watched Tommy Shoe do his deal. I've watched Greg Porter now. I know who he is. James Freddy's, now that I know who he is. You know? We're all the guys that are showing these dummies what to do. And I'm not talking about the good guys. I'm talking about the dummies, the dumbasses, the punks. You know? I could make a whole video on these punks. You know? And laying these parts up, I'm going to get my air saw out. I've had a few questions on that. I use an air saw every day. I go through 3 or 4 a year. And I have 2 that I've had for, one for about 7 or 8 years and one for over 20 years. And kind of give you the lowdown on those. My advice to anyone who wants to learn how to fiberglass, don't do it for a living. Do it for yourself. Okay? Don't do it for a living. Unless you're going to get into making one-of-a-kind custom parts like I do, a few others, through others out there that do. It's not a big deal. You don't have to be a brain surgeon to fiberglass, but you do have to be above average intelligence to make custom fiberglass parts. I'll explain why later. There's a lot that goes to it. There's a lot of weights and measures, so you have to be able to read. Yeah, I know some of you out there can't read. So anyway, that's pretty cool. Barry Weiss is a fan. He's been a friend for a long time on the internet through car questions and through other people, but I've never put the handshake on him. To the YouTube garage people, everybody that's going to be on that t-shirt, I think maybe this summer we ought to have a get-together. You know, I know not everyone can make it, I'm sure, but that would be kind of neat to put the handshake on each other. You know, that would be really nice. The YouTube garage guys, gang, whatever you want to call us, teachers, instructors, nuts, whatever. Just an idea. Anyway, I think that that's very good. Whoever came up with the idea of the YouTube garage and the t-shirt, the whole deal there, is very conscientious. Very well thought out, for sure. The t-shirt design's cool. Even I like it. I'm very picky. Again, I'm flattered to be asked or offered. Very kind of you. And whoever's controlling the whole deal or in charge of this, you know, I know it's a lot of work. It's not easy, you know, doing that kind of thing. Trust me, I was the president of the car club for a while. It's not easy keeping everything in order and handling the t-shirts and keeping people in order and keeping everybody happy. You know, there's 100 people, there's 100 different personalities and 100 opinions. So, my hat's off to you, whether it's Darren or his wife or somebody else. You know, I'm not sure. But thank you very much again. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. And again, I'll say it again, I can't express it too much. To those people who get hate comments, just report them and remove them. Don't reply to them, not even on video. Because we all know how it makes us feel. We all know what the person's trying to do. You don't have to explain to me or to stand up and justify what you have said or what the person was implying by his comments. We all know the real deal. We know each other well enough now that you can't let these nincompoops, assholes, pieces of shit infiltrate, which may not be the right word, but get in and cause hate and discontent. Naca ducts. Of course, when they come out, you have to trim them up, and once they're trimmed, they're really sharp looking. If you don't know what a Naca duct is, Google it. This is called woven roving. You've seen it before in my earlier videos. I have a crease under here, a real, very narrow, tight area. And I want to make sure after I push the glass in there, there's no air voids. Even though I'm going to roll it out, the air, anywhere there's a 90, like I told you before, air likes to grow. So a simple fix for a 90-degree area is take some strands of woven roving, like so. Wet it out first with your resin. You simply take it and put it underneath or inside around that crack. And hopefully that will eliminate air from being trapped. So we'll see how they look when they come apart. I might make 5 or 6 pieces and make something wild, or I might add them to a car body, or who knows. I know somebody wants them right now. You cut this end out right here, the back, and put a screen in it, make a nice vent. Yeah. Naca ducts are done. Also, this is going to have to be a 2 or 3 part video. I really think it's going to be a 2 or 3 parter. These are condiment cups. You know, you put mayonnaise in, or ketchup, or mustard, or onions, or whatever. This is a cupcake pan, as you can see. I'm going to use these pieces, make molds from them, not molds, I'm sorry, make parts out of them. That's actually going to be my mold, these parts. I have 4 or 5 different style gauge pods that I have to make for some different applications. And this is how I'm going to start. I'm going to pull fleece over them. Well, you'll see. You have to tune back in to see. Mad Max is coming along good. Cupcakes. Naca ducts. Vent. Bent. Or scoop halves. Who knows what it's going to be. You'll have to just tune back in and see. Here's my saw. This saw works good. This is some cheap model from where did I get this? I think I got this one from Tractor Supply, I think. Anyway, see that screw right there? Plug the air into it. Have your air compressor pressure turned all the way up as far as you can get it. Squeeze the trigger and take a screwdriver and adjust the inner, just the inner, don't touch the outer, until it screams the loudest and flows the best. That should stop the blade from stopping on you. Sometimes the blade will get caught. Where's it at? Sometimes the blade will get caught there in the back corner of that plastic. I'm sorry, of the metal piece. Some of them have a big plastic piece there. Sometimes they don't. You can see it wears. You can see where the paint has worn away from the blade, just from going in and out. That can do it. So, do that adjustment, and what I do to my saws, every one of them, like I said, I use these every single day. I have to oil them every day. Screwdriver. Here's your adjustment. Now I'll turn it. Listen. Ready? So when you're adjusting it, and you turn it down and you hear it die on you, and you hear it die on you that way, try to get the happy medium, the same distance between it dying in each direction. Try to get it dead center, kind of like adjusting Holley carburetor jets or float bowls. Try to get it in the center. You know, if it goes this far before it dies, or it goes that far before it dies, get it in between the two. Not just as soon as it comes up, but get it in the center. You know what I mean. Oil it, and hopefully you won't have any more problems. If you do, get a new saw. It's wore out. Anyway, I'm on my way to go look at a hot rod for sale. I may or may not buy it, depends. 1932 Ford in pieces. We'll see how it looks. Well, the 32 Ford turned out to be a 1929 Chevrolet. So obviously I didn't pick it up. The guy wouldn't let me take the camera in either. So he had stuff worth too much money. Bunch of junk. So, trust me. But on my way back home, there's a car I want to show you, Tommy Shoe. There's a car that may give you an idea for your Corvette. They made many Corvettes for your body style. And in the 70s, somebody, I don't remember if it was Tracy Corvette, it was somebody, made a fiberglass kit to turn your body style Corvette into a station wagon, fastback station wagon. It's tough looking as hell. It's like a Nomad Corvette. Bad as shit. And that would increase the value of your Corvette immensely. And you'd have something very rare by today's standards. Corvettes, you know, they're a dime a dozen, but they're cool if you do something to them. That's just my opinion. I'm actually now looking for a Corvette. Ever since I saw yours, Tommy, it lit a fire under my ass. I'm going to do another vet. It's been a while. But I think it's time. And I might do a station wagon too. Or a Mako. It's right around the corner here. The guy's got a 1957 or 58 Ford Ranchero as well. I'll go slow. Hope he doesn't shoot me. There it is. The yellow Corvette, the station wagon, and the Ranchero. Get a shot of this. Look at that, Tommy. Corvette station wagon, baby. Anyway, I don't want you to nix that Corvette. I've heard you say a few things that, you know, it's just a Corvette. You're going to get it done and get rid of it. You know, if you already own it, it's not costing you an arm and a leg, man. Make a custom out of it. What the hell? That's just my opinion. It's not my money either, so. You're having a hoedown. The Amish are having a hoedown. Look, babe. See them all? Amy?
Yeah.
Good Lord. There's one riding up the hill.
Turning.
Way up there. He's rolling along too.
Rolling down that hill. Little pony. Little stinky horse.
Alright, babe, we can go to McDonald's for dinner, or you can make me dinner. Which do you prefer?
Notice you're laughing.
Oh, absolutely. What do you prefer? Is there something you prefer? Somebody's having a party.
We could hook up to one of these, Pop.
I could hook right up to that one, take it home. I hook up to that one right there, take it home and put it on my Roadster chassis, huh? There we go. That does it. I'm turning that hot rod into an Amish buggy. Is that good? You like eating horse shit? Get out of there. Come on. Come on, get. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. You don't eat horse crap, get.